Efe, you will get on your knees.
What's the news?
On your knees, with your hands up and facing the wall.
Oh God, Joe.
Anyway, let's proceed. I am Olori, baby girl, in the building. Come on. In it, bro.
I am a cow. I did not prepare for this, so I cannot even add my alias or what they call it. If you tell us, what are you?
I am a baby girl for life.
Oh, okay, for life. Okay, that's the key. That's the key word. For life, innit? Okay, let's see. How do we want to start this? Because this is going to be a very heavy Nigerian episode. Let's start with Uncle Bob or Auntie Bobrisky. Let's start there as a little quick one, innit? So, Bob is in the news again this week because one of the ladies that tattooed her, Bobrisky, on her thigh. The lady was based in Ivory Coast, I guess, as part of the fanfare of celebrating the girl for the tattoo. He flew the girl to Nigeria, right? And the girl has been forming PA for him for 3 months. I don't know if any payment was discussed, but apparently the girl, of course, is not paying rent. She's staying in his house. He's feeding her and things like that. According to him, the girl started going out of hand on getting growing wings, and he asked her to go back. And Auntie now faked that he abused her, and so on and so forth. I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm leaning towards Bobrisky's side of the story, but let me hear you people's take on this.
I didn't actually see that story. I think I saw the woman. I think he attacked someone, but I didn't really go deep into it.
Yeah, because basically the girl came to post a picture of her face bloodied.
Yeah.
Right? So it's claiming that Bobrisky picked up a speaker to hit her when Bobrisky asked her to schedule a hair appointment with a stylist, and either she forgot or there was some misunderstanding regarding that. The girl claimed that that's what happened, that Bobrisky used the speaker on her. Bobrisky agrees that there was a disagreement regarding the hairstylist, but what he's saying is that the girl, in the back and forth, the girl left the house and came back with blood on her face. And when they cleaned the blood, there was no scar. So he's saying that if this girl wants to go and stage manage this thing. So yeah, because to me, I think on this one, I stand with Bobrisky for a few reasons. Bobrisky typically, he gives us receipts when he's helping somebody. He doesn't hide that I said I will. There's receipt for it. Number one. Number two, I don't really understand the idea between you left Abidjan with no clear idea. Because I think even this PA work, it was really more like, okay, yeah, around me all the time, right? You might as well be useful. So for me, I'm like, you left Abidjan to come to Nigeria because the girl is Nigerian, I think, right? To come and stay with someone that you don't know for 3 months. Like, I don't get this.
Yeah, I don't see the problem I have here is that any problem is any Bobrisky problem. I don't like to put my mouth. Why do I say that? Because Bobrisky on his own is a problematic human being. Now, I think my issue here is the fact that the issue at hand is a small issue. Hairstylist, book appointment, this is that. But according to Bobrisky, she has been messing up for a while now.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I don't know about the blood on this thing, but I watched something where they were recording Bobrisky shouting.
Yes.
And Bobrisky is now asking, okay, if you recorded me shouting, why didn't you record me hitting you with speaker?
Yeah.
Obviously, if somebody carries speaker and hits somebody, phone can fall down, the recording will stop and all those kind of things. So I don't know. I won't say I'm leaning towards Bobrisky as you are, simply because this is not the first time we have heard Bobrisky is having issues with somebody before. So I don't know, and I don't know why. I don't know because, as in, I get how somebody will just come, they've tattooed you, you've helped them, then they'll now do PA. The issue I have is the fact that in Nigeria, people just say, okay, you can do the work, come and enter and start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no clear line because Bobrisky was saying bought her clothes, gave her food, all these things. We know that's Nigeria, and maybe we'll add Ivory Coast to it. People that get salary still tell you you are wicked for telling them to do their job.
Right.
Now, if this person is not being paid salary, the possibilities of them even messing up, even if you're giving them food. I have dealt with Nigerians that even if you give them food, though, plus salary, plus house, plus school fees for their children, they will still mess you up. So my own is this. In Bobrisky's defense, if he did not throw the speaker and all he did was just to shout, which also is a problem, and he said it that everybody knows that he gets angry easy and he shouts, that one can cause resentment. Number two, on the girl's side, if Bobrisky actually hit her with speaker, I don't know how hairdresser appointments could have caused such violence or shouting. Because the issue is that she called the hairdresser. The hairdresser said, go and ask Bobrisky what time Bobrisky would want me to come. She didn't go back to Bobrisky. I don't know what is wrong with her head. But she didn't go back to Bobrisky. And then Bobrisky now came and asked her. She said, oh, the person did not pick. Bobrisky now said, okay, you like lying too much. You now called the hairdresser. Hairdresser said, I told her to come back to you and tell you. And that is where Kasala busted. Bobrisky even said she has been telling, he has been, of whether he has been telling this person to leave the house since because they have been giving him problem. I don't understand. If you tell somebody to leave your house and the person is not leaving, you push the person out now if the person is giving you problem.
But
Now
that would
look at
have
the
made
problem that has.
the video now say that he's beating her. I mean, that's another
Oh
angle.
my God.
Yeah.
So you cannot help somebody and the person will come to your house and you cannot is it not your house? What are we saying here? So if you employ somebody now, you cannot push the person out of your house. See
No,
me still
I'm saying
trembling.
either like to me, what I'm saying is that I don't know if there was a hit with the speaker. If there was a hit, then that is wrong. There's no issue there. What I'm saying is that I feel like because sometimes we talk about issues in Nigeria, but I feel like every time I come full circle, like we almost deserve each other, right? For example, you left your house in Abidjan where your parents are, right, to come to a different country to stay with somebody for an undisclosed amount of time. Now we're in month 3, right? They are clothing you, they are feeding you, they are housing you. You don't think that it's okay for them to ask you to be of value in some capacity? Or even you that have been here, like what? Because to me, okay, fine, you've been given this opportunity, but Bobrisky has noticed you. He has money. He likes to give money out a lot. Did you bring a business up to him that okay, can you fund this? Like, or were you planning to just chill and live life, pending when you fall out? Like, what
That's
was your
one angle.
plan? That's one angle. 2, Nigerian employers should pay people. I
That
think
is it.
with clear contracts, and it brings me to something that happened on, I'll call it Is Your View. 2 of the ladies, or one of the ladies, maybe I won't call her name, said on the show that she had a PA that I think she recently let go of because the PA requested for salary. And she was saying that, you are young, I'm training you, and things like that, right?
What?
And so therefore, that knowledge you will use to, do you get what I'm saying? To do bigger things in the future. Because there was a guy on the show talking about mentorship and how when someone is mentoring you, then, you try and serve in some capacity, that no one does anything for nothing. To me, I thought we're confusing issues there. Because if, let's say someone is mentoring me because the example that he gave, he had a mentor, right, that was mentoring him in business. The mentor was shuttling America and Nigeria, right? Because of rental fees in the person's office in Nigeria, the person wanted to close down the Nigerian office. He now said that I have space in my office, if you don't mind, right? Come and let your people resume in my office on your behalf, right? For free. Well, since you are mentoring me, I'm like, I get that volunteer exchange. That is different from, it's almost an employer-employee relationship, but there's no pay because I'm mentoring you. It doesn't make sense. But blurring lines there. So for me, and these are the same people that will say, don't hire me for publicity, right?
Yeah.
Hire me for a fee. Do you get? So for me, I'm like, we do these things to ourselves. You don't want to be hired for free, right? By a
You're
brand.
hiring somebody for free.
But you're hiring somebody for free. If you cannot afford a PA, you cannot afford a PA. Because to me, it seems like we're using code to not pay people.
Yeah. Shay, I mean, if it's agreed that it's an internship kind of thing, because I know abroad they're paid and unpaid internships. So if you agree to, like, if someone says, "Oh, I'm not supposed to pay you," if you agree to that, then you have to just deal with it. So I don't know what the background story is with the one you're talking about, because all over the world, people always say, like, I don't do internships because if I'm not getting paid, then what's the point? But they're actually paid and unpaid ones. So it's up to you if the experience is worth it, or you're able to make your own connections with the internships or whatever it is you're learning.
But that's what I'm saying is she wasn't clear on if it was agreed upon prior to the thing. But the girl, after maybe a few months, is now asking for payments. So maybe she has assessed that maybe I thought I'll be getting more from this, and I'm not getting. So let me monetize, right? Yeah. But the girl has assessed it. So what I didn't like was because to me, if you're giving free service, right, no one will have to justify it for you. You would know that, okay, either the person has a connection that I'm trying to go for or things like that, right? But for me, I feel like the way you're making it seem like she's that she's bad or she's doing too much, ungrateful for asking for a fee. I'm like, I don't think that, because if that's the case, then we can all hide under the idea of internship to not pay. It's true that, because every employer can use the argument that I am mentoring you, because if you go to a new company tomorrow, you will cite my experience in my company as the reason why you can do this new. So every employer has that argument.
Yeah,
I think Nigerians are just entitled, both employers and employees and the whole Nigeria. Why I say that is that as an employer, even we don't know about this your view case in this. I don't even know why you would call it mentorship, because mentorship normally is done from afar. Yes, as you said, if it's internship. Now the issue I have with Nigeria, you see, people would hire house help. You're not paying the house help salary because you're feeding her and clothing her, but she's working.
And she needs money.
And she needs money. When she now steals your money now because she didn't have money to buy pad, and you will now complain. It is not right. Even forget the money one. I don't like the fact that even Nigerians, okay, you hire house help or domestic staff, they don't have holiday days off. When are they going to rest? Like, do you understand? I think people, like the employee relations in Nigeria, and it's because there's nobody that
no labor laws.
There are no labor laws. So you have things like that. Like Bobrisky now, and unfortunately, because of the poverty level, people accept rubbish. Right. Because that girl came from Ivory Coast, because stuff ahead in Ivory Coast is too much.
Yeah.
She came now to just, okay, I beg, anything you have.
To even tattoo someone's name for clout already, it's already a problem already from the first jump street.
See? So
that's why Queen Katrina told you up front that if you dare,
she's not gonna look at you. So even the girl self, because I was seeing a comment under the post and somebody was saying, let's look at it critically. Okay, maybe Bobrisky has issues. If Bobrisky, you understand. But even the human being that Bobrisky decided to admit into his home, tattooing somebody on your body, is that a normal person? We have to even see the kind of people we decide to even bring into our house. Sometimes they even show you signs. You still now wow. You bring gangster into your house now. Gangster went go and carry blood. If Bobrisky's story is true, because the way Bobrisky did the video, he said, she came back. He said, where did you see blood? See, I beg human beings to help problem, to employ problem. The one we have to pay salary problem. I beg go.
And if somebody wants to go, let them go. Sometimes you might even pay your staff for, but maybe they want other opportunities. So it's not you're not a god that you're saying, well, how can she leave me? How can he leave me? No, like if the person finds a better opportunity or just doesn't want to work with you, it's fine. Like we shouldn't be saying, oh, I did this. If you did it, I mean, well, that's life now, Abby.
But that your view, woman, how is girl using which transport money is she using to
I
come? She
was
As
using
about
in,
to
transport
ask
money.
that because to me we cannot
I
because
beg.
maybe not a salary that meets minimum wage, but a
Allowance.
stipend that
Eh,
allows her gets to you without having to come out of pocket. Because to me that kind of mentorship, like to me, mentorship is something where we are not in day-to-day
mm,
collaboration. As in, I don't work for you directly, but I've seen that you have that you are where I would like to be. So I
exactly.
come to you for advice. Do you get what I'm
okay.
saying?
Yeah, and Nigerian mentorship, Kini, that's sometimes though, if you enter the wrong or you have the wrong mentor, that it will be like sufferhead mentorship, and it's like I'm not
Yes.
ready for that person. It's like I beg, if you want to mentor me and you really want to help me, like you know what to do because you've been there to an extent, or maybe you know
Right.
what I'm going through. You shouldn't be making me suffer. So when people say
Or
find a mentor, I'm like, oh, I don't know, I don't know.
in Nigeria,
Yeah,
except the
because
person is
sometimes
professional.
even in the abroad itself, like to me, it's like you're not
They
dealing with them
stretch.
with egos instead
Mm,
Exactly.
of the main work that's meant to
Learning,
be
yeah.
to be done. So you mean you're almost better off making your mistakes, but and
I
learning
get
from your
you.
mistakes in a sense,
When I wanted
right?
to do I wanted to do one business one time and I went to a mentor, quote unquote. This man was like, I work under stress. I work under stress. I'm like, auntie, bye bye. I cannot do this. The woman was like, no, you have to do this. She now called me I think they had an event. She now called me that she come. I switched off my phone. You cannot come and stress me. When you did not mentor me. Like, how many times did we sit down together? Oh, I just X that business, this thing, and just moved out. No, I cannot be dealing because why is my mentor? Because me, I don't like stress. I'm a very like laid back person. You're not telling me that, look, I work under stress. No, no,
what
goodbye.
brought that talk? What is bringing the talk?
I think
Or my
because I
work
think
under stress.
I think we were doing something because every time she's always shouting at like her staff, and she's not a
Ah,
bad
now
person, but
wow.
she just likes being stressed. And I'm like, you are a mad woman. Like you actually crazy. What? And so
And
me,
you
I'm
know
like,
what?
oh,
And you know what? Even sorry to say, like being a PA anywhere in the world is a lot
it's the
of
worst.
wahala.
Yeah.
Talk of Nigeria that they'll now say, "Come and pick beans, come and wash my clothes." The PA in Nigeria, there's no limits. Already employee in Nigeria, you can imagine. You get
Allah.
employed in Nigeria, wahala. Somebody, your employer will call you by 8 a.m., 8 p.m. You finish work by 5:30 or 6. They will now
Exactly.
say, "Why didn't you pick by 8 p.m.?" You say, ma." They will
I'm
now shout on
off.
you for not, ma, this is my off day on Sunday afternoon. They will say, my friend, come here. Ha. So
Like
already being a PA in Nigeria is work.
to me, I'm all for 110% young people paying their dues to get to where they
Mm,
need to get to.
yes,
Yeah.
But I think that especially one man business type of a operation,
yes.
I feel like there's a very thin line for where it becomes you're taking advantage of the service in exchange for a so-called mentorship. That is not
Mm.
clear to me what you are, or maybe not clear,
Olori,
clear to the
you're
person.
saying, you're saying one man, big companies, they
Even
do
big
it. As in,
companies,
like,
yes.
they'll
They
tell
take
you, oh,
advantage.
No, the reason why I say one man, because like with big companies or even like big companies that like let me use Microsoft for example, right?
Mm.
Microsoft, from what I understood a few years ago, were the least, like they pay you the least as far as software engineering salary in the
Mm-hmm.
tech industry,
Yes.
right? But they were banking on the idea that like once someone sees Microsoft on your resume,
Yes.
mm,
it will
mm,
open the door for you. So
Yes.
for me, the whole crux is what is your value of exchange. So if a
Mm.
big company is not paying you well, the idea is that once I put that name on my resume,
You're
mm.
moving.
right, somebody is going to say, okay, I can vouch for what
Yeah.
experience this person has had in this company,
Mm.
right? If it's a one-man business, right, I don't know what you learned there.
Mm.
Did you learn a proper process or did you learn survival?
Mm.
Right? So for me, so that's why I make that.
Yeah,
So
but
yeah,
yeah,
sorry,
but
No,
go
but
on.
we are
just
talking of big
for
businesses in Nigeria. Oh.
yeah, no, but even in
Eh.
Nigeria, like what Olori is saying makes sense. I know someone
Yes,
who is
true.
working in a bigger company now, because where he was working in was also a big company, but
Yeah.
like his role in the previous place was much more. So when he went for an interview for this new role, it was like, oh, we see you're working with these guys are actually like they're always working. So he got that job
Mm.
and salary like doubled or tripled. But my
Yeah.
thing is that's for 9 to 5 hours. Some people get mentorship for businesses. So it's not just like in you get. So that one too is also because that business one is like, this of I head in it. I don't even know because which CV are you putting? Is what you know what I'm saying? Sometimes of your connection before you even get itself, you will sweat and it might not come to like 10 years later.
So, and that's where I'm coming out to say, or that's what I'm clocking under one man business in the sense that if let's say under the guise of training me, let's say I'm an event planner. Right? Under the guise of training me, you do chin, right? I'm now expecting a deep discount on your chin services because I'm mentoring you on how to become an event planner. I'm like, is that really equal value for equal? But did you get what I'm saying? Because where I've heard that work well is either Zafaya or another event company where, okay, I'm an event planner, right? I need to have a decor person that I can trust. I need to have a food person that I can trust, and so on and so forth, right? So when she sees somebody that's in-house that has those skill sets, she would either train you, but also give you opportunities to showcase in a wedding, right? What you've done. Now over time, she will bless you or allow you, or no beef with you. Go to start your own company, and she will not hire you. In that case, I don't think is asinine for her to ask for a small discount because I can probably bring you volume that maybe you won't get elsewhere. Exactly. Plus, I trained you and I gave you the opportunity to test run before you get out this big company. So to me, I would get that, right? But when you don't have any value to give, but you're extracting because you are further ahead on the journey, makes no sense to me in this mentorship business.
I don't think everybody should just call themselves mentors. That is one thing. People just do mentor, and when people are in a position of small power, you're just a bit higher. You now come and start doing. That is it. That is just it. Not everybody is mentor because you are not complete yourself. You're not level-headed yourself. Then you're coming to mentor me. Which mentorship training did you go and do, and with who? That is the issue. No, it's true. A lot of people have told me I should do this mentorship thing.
Yeah, me too. I'm like,
especially in Nigeria. Now you will go now. At one point, there's one woman I was thinking, okay, this one is a good mentor because I saw her mention other people. I watched this woman closely. I said, for what? Please, I'm not that I'm being prideful or something, but at one point I was like, I can't even stand your attitude towards the people around you. So what are you going to teach me? Because even if you're good in the business sense, the way you're treating people, the only reason why you're allowed to do this is because of the country you're in. So I'm not going to
not just country that. But you guys, it's not just country. It happens. I mean, usually we watch Devil Wears Prada. Like, it's not just country. Like, it depends on who you're dealing with. It depends because some mentors are terrible and some are good. There's someone I know who does ceramics, and he was with this woman. He's a guy, but the mentor, quote unquote, was a woman. And this woman literally, because she saw the guy had talent, and she was trying to she was trying to use him and not pay him. And eventually, she ended up. The guy had been with her for maybe 6 months, and she just paid him 10K. And you can go. And it's what? That is evil. You have, because
you did the work.
Yes. And it's you have money to pay. Why? This person, you've been using this person, giving them, they were hopeful that, maybe madam will, invest in my business because she wanted to open a studio and stuff. And don't mind just leave my house, take 10,000.
Hey.
It's why would you do that?
And that's why I'm saying that many of these mentors are coming under, they want free labor, but are hiding under the guise of, because to me, it goes back to even the Devil Wears Prada. She was high demand, right? Yes. But the value that I go back to, the value that she could bring to your career, right, was also a high demand value, right? The exposure was also a high demand exposure. So again, not to discredit, because I love the women on your view, right? But the fact that you have big celebrities come on your show, right? And maybe per adventure, if this PA is around, she can greet the big celebrity, right? It's not the same thing as I'm in meetings every day with the high and mighty, right? And you have to prepare the brief for them, right? Sometimes stand in for me. So they know you on a one-on-one basis, right? To me, that's a different level of exposure than, okay, because I move with big people, yeah, around me. So what value really are you giving in exchange for this free? Because we can all call it mentorship, but like, what value are you really giving?
That's what I even wanted to say. That in Devil Wears Prada, was it mentorship or internship? There
Thank
are
you.
two different things.
And paid. And paid.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
paid.
Even in Devil Wears Prada itself, the clothes that you get, that side
Bam.
side things there, like this your view. Okay, you snap with celebrity, and then what? What
Thank
did
you.
celebrity do
And
for
then
you?
what? Even
I beg.
the top girl, the Mariah on the show, she was like, in her old place of employment, she had a very strict boss that she thought was doing too much. Everything do reports, everything, and she didn't think that at the time that it was from a good. She said that the woman was just being difficult, to be honest, and that's probably right. But she said that when she came for this new job, because she started out as an employee of TVC before stepping down and only being on your view, and she said that what helped her was because they saw how she does her reports. That everything is well documented, and that's what got her here. So for me, I can get that as a mentorship. But again, she was paid in that job. It wasn't a free. She was paid there.
Exactly.
So I don't
People should not
know.
underestimate monetary motivation, please.
Yeah.
Please. At least pay basic, even if it's small money, an allowance, something, even if it's 20K, 10K a month. Pay them and then say, okay, this is how much I can give you, but then this is what you should learn. Specify what the person is supposed to be learning. Have like a monthly or even if it's quarterly review so that we know what you're supposed to be gaining. That is what a
Exactly.
sensible company does. Because in the end, you have to ask the employee, are you benefiting? Am I benefiting from you? Let us, not the one that when the person comes and says, please, ma, after gathering courage, can you pay me small salary because this, they'll say, can you imagine that girl or
Right.
pretty
Yeah.
girl?
Yeah.
Now, wow. Hey,
Yeah.
it's
Long
not
story
operating.
short, let's try and pay because maybe you can't afford a PA. You know what I mean?
Then don't hire PA.
Yeah, because while I agree that there's some learning, especially for like young adults that haven't worked anywhere, there's some learning having to serve as a PA. I don't disagree with that. But if the
Yeah,
person is leaving their house every day, at least cover the transport,
travel.
maybe feeding,
Yeah.
and leave it at that, right? So yeah, young people should pay their dues, but I think that we should not hide behind that to collect free service.
Maltreat them. Yes.
Yeah.
And Bobrisky should have just called his hairdresser by himself. Sorry to say.
To avoid all these insults.
That's it.
To avoid all these insults.
Hi.
Let's go to another country that's giving us insults right now. Ghana.
Ghana.
FA, please lead us in worship here. So why did they deport us from Ghana, please?
Young people, I don't know what's going on, no. But basically, they said they had some illegal Nigerians in the country.
Okay.
So I'm like, so the illegal people were complaining that they just gave them canopy to stay under the sun. That they can't do anything for them. But basically, Ghana is saying like it wasn't just Nigerians. I think there were people from Burkina Faso also. But they basically want to deport them. But the problem is like why it's trend. Well, why some Nigerians are upset is because like they're like Ghana, like Kilode, who is giving you this energy? But it's like Giant of Africa, you are no longer giants. So you guys need to just like take your L. But basically, it's just like Ghana is having issues basically because they're also trying to do a protest to Occupy or something, and it's like they are complaining about the same thing they've been complaining for, the same thing Nigerians are also complaining about. And it's just I think when countries are going through tough times, they always, I don't know, to an extent maybe they take out the kidney on immigrants or people that are not from the country. And of course Nigerians too, like if you guys are illegal, if you move to a country and you want to establish there, then make yourself legal. And you cannot be having mouth when you're not legal. But then it's like people are saying that this whole Nigeria Ghana thing, and let me just say something that I just found out this weekend was that I thought Ghana must go was a Nigerian thing. I thought it was Nigerians that told Ghanaians to go, but I went back and did some research, and apparently during the civil war, like when they had the Biafran war, some Nigerians wanted to go to Ghana. and their prime minister at the time deported Nigerians, and we were going through a civil war. So when Nigeria now found oil and we were booming, after the war and everybody kind of went back to life, and then oil money came in. When Ghanaians started coming in, they now said, oh yeah, Ghana, go back. Because other African countries, exactly. So there were like people from Benin, Togo that came. Nigeria did not chase them, but they actually attacked Ghanaians because when we came to you during our wartime, you guys deported us back. So I thought it was Nigerian people that were priding against themselves. I didn't know. I did not know the Ghanaians actually gave us the first deportation. So it's like, I don't know, because I can't remember Eka was saying something, maybe like they're jealous of Nigeria. That could be an angle, because it's like back then, what did we do? Like now you can say we're illegal, but back then, like, why did this whole sentiment against Nigeria start? And then I was watching a YouTube video, and a popular YouTuber was saying that when he was traveling to East Africa, he was harassed. Like every time he goes to East Africa or South Africa, like he's harassed because once they see that passport, it's like, oh, Nigeria, come. Luckily for me, I don't think I've ever been harassed for my passport. I have a Nigerian passport, but it's like still many people complain about these things. So I think we also have to look inward and say, okay, what is it? Like we as Nigerians, what are we doing? Because it can't be just, oh, they're jealous of us or we're too big or whatever. It's like we need to also know what's the perception that people have of us. And then for this Occupy Ghana, I remember when Ghana found oil a couple of years back, and they were interviewing like a Congolese and a Nigerian, and it was like bittersweet for them because they were like, look, you know what? They found oil in Ghana, Abi. You guys will see what Nigeria is going through. Like, and now, like, it's like because Ghana has gotten so much money from this. Is it Return to Africa? Abi, what they did 2 years ago. So many people came, the investment. So I'm actually shocked that people are complaining. I don't really know what the problem is, but I'm shocked because like nobody's even going to South Africa. Like everybody you see, even YouTubers, oh, I'm going to Ghana, I'm going to the motherland. It's Ghana everybody's going to. So you guys have made, they've made money from tourism in the past, 2 years.
Who has made it? Is it the people in the government?
That's the thing. Government.
That's the
It's the government. But this corruption thing is now like spreading apparently because people are like, we don't have lights, the roads are bad, people are suffering.
In Ghana, hey.
Yeah, in Ghana, and I think they increased the fuel price like recently, and so like people are like, there's no money, let's But unfortunately, I think the police got an injunction, so they can't protest. They wanted to protest tomorrow, but they are not legally allowed to do that. So it's just messed up, Shao.
So a few things there. Let me start with the protest one. I think I read something saying that because they just had an election. I want to say January or February in Ghana. Early this year, they had like a presidential election. So someone was saying that in the midst of COVID, you guys did not mind doing campaigns for elections. But I think they were citing COVID pandemic protocols as the reason for why this protest is not advised. So they're saying that if it's advised for campaigns, it can be advised for protests, right? So that's the first angle. The second angle for me was ECOWAS. What is your point? Because I feel like the ECOWAS passport, as far as I was concerned, allowed you to move freely within ECOWAS countries.
Thank you.
So why are Nigerians now termed illegal? Except they don't have ECOWAS passports. Maybe that's the case. But how are they now termed illegal if they are within the agreement countries, right? And then lastly, I think that to your point, corruption has really, or COVID and the hardship of COVID has really brought corruption to the limelight and bad governance. Because I think from what I'm getting from the people of Ghana, right, things are difficult than they used to be, but their government doesn't seem to be responding in a way that makes them understand that they understand the people's plight. So I think was it Lydia Forson, one of their actresses, was like, oh, I just paid X amount of Ghana cedis for fuel. Is it my attitude that caused the price to go up? Because I think maybe they had blamed the youth's attitude on why things are going awry in Ghana. So to me, and the same thing that we're having in Nigeria, where we feel like the communication from the presidency, whether it's through Garba Shehu or even the president himself, just seems like you're tone deaf. You don't understand what's happening on the ground. Many of these protests, I think, would have been avoided if you showed even NSAS, right? If the government had showed, compassion early on and action early on, it may not have gotten to where it got to.
It's terrible. I'm happy you brought that thing up because I wanted to ask the same question, that what is the point of ECOWAS passport? Because I thought it works like EU. In EU, because you're part of the European Union, you move from one place to the other,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I thought that's what the ECOWAS was for. So if you have illegality again in that one, what is the point of ECOWAS and all those kind of things? So
Right.
that was a good point you made. And then the second thing is, unfortunately, as Ife said, when there's hardship, we have to turn to the people that are there so-called illegally now, because it is like, okay, a lot of people will say, if you're thriving in your business in my country and me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing the same business with you, you need to we need and you're illegal, you need to leave, so that
Right.
me, I'm suffering and I'm the indigene of this place. Unfortunately, that is how people think, and they will push you out. And to be honest, to be fair, I don't know. I know that there's a lot of hate against Nigeria around Africa,
Right.
but Nigerians themselves, how do you comport yourself when you go there? Why I'm saying that is that, as a Nigerian myself, I've seen how Nigerians make noise too much. They go somewhere and then they make noise. You're not the only African in the place. Nigeria, 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 Nigeria. You will carry that. You understand? So
Mm-hmm.
that alone makes me doubt that all Nigerians have been well behaved. And
Fair.
Yeah.
unfortunately, if there are bad eggs, even if there are a few bad eggs,
Yeah.
unfortunately, they will be the ones that are spotlighted, and people will then have a perception that all Nigerians are the same. At one point, wherever you go, you just say you're in Nigeria. The next thing somebody will say is Yahoo, scammer.
Yep.
And you're not even part of them, oh. And that was before Yahoo even became this big.
That's
So you
true.
can
Yeah.
imagine that kind of thing. So I don't know what Nigerians are doing in Ghana, but I would understand why. I don't even know why the Nigerians that are being supposedly deported, their own is that canopy and hot sun. Please.
Don't mind them.
Nigerians like wahala too much.
Wahala.
And that's the thing. We like wahala, but all in all, as you said, because most of the protests that have happened around Africa has happened during this COVID time, because everybody has,
Mm.
as we said, even with marriages introspected, people are realizing that, come on, this government, nothing, not die every
Nothing.
day. I'm so sad about Ghana, because I used to look up to Ghana. There's lights, there's,
Yeah.
things are moving, even though there's corruption, it's not as bad. If Ghana is complaining, then who are we? We
Who
As
are
are
in who
where?
are,
we?
and they've had so much money in the past few years. So it's like,
You
what's the government?
understand?
When
Hey,
Nigeria
God.
had money, at least our parents were living in luxury. Now, like, there's no money. Oil is not what it used to be. So it's like, Ghana, I mean, you guys are coming to, you guys are going down. Though. You guys should
Ah,
better sit up.
as in, I'm really afraid for them. Oh, they need to
I'm
start the
afraid, though,
protest
because I
now. They should
expected
not start
more.
it later, because us, we started our own later now, and now the people in power have the audacity to say, "My friend, shut up, please, oh, I beg." Hmm. It's so sad though. Unfortunately, even the African countries we thought were progressing, you see issues
Mm-hmm.
of corruption. I don't know when this corruption, I think it's just a mentality of once somebody is in power, they just feel they
Mm,
can spend resources and do stupid things. Why fuel price is increasing, why all these things are
exactly.
happening, I don't know. And they will not communicate. As Olori said, the communication is
Is
so bad.
key. Yeah.
It's so bad. They take people as animals. They don't see the need to give information.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, now wow.
We just
We're still
still,
trying.
because even the fuel price increase, one of the reasons is because oil has hit almost 70, right?
Yeah.
Mm,
Right now. Which even before COVID, we were begging for it to reach that 60, right?
yes,
Mm,
Now it's 70. So of course the price of fuel is going to go up accordingly because your input
yes,
cost is high. And many
yes.
yeah.
African countries have chosen to desubsidize. Well, maybe not
Mm-hmm.
many, at least Nigeria and maybe Ghana have chosen
Yes.
to desubsidize, which means that your oil price will float with the with
With the world
the world
price.
price.
Yes.
But again, it's back to communication. Did you communicate this properly? Because at least in Nigeria, subsidy was used as a tool to